Yes, let's get started with alts. As usual, alphabetical order. This is the only coin which starts with a number, 1 inch. I don't know how they came up with this name. I never thought, I never read about anything. 1 inch, like interesting name. Uh, Anyways, so this is 3-day scale, and we'll go through all the alts in this session. Now, this is pretty consistent recovery from 1 inch. It is out of this downtrend line, right? So now it is now also above July 6th rejection, and now heading for the interim resistance. Looking good. Aave is also strong. The next move you can expect it to actually maybe a little bit of what is this? This is interim. No, this is R14, earlier one, right? Earlier one, R14. So it may react here and then, or it could just simply go here. 600 range. Looking strong to me. ADA is back to all-time high. Very close. Yesterday it hit the interim resistance, and now it is looking good today. If you remember, I think I mentioned that in fact for in general comment and also for ADA that the move, it is silent, but it can gear up, and you see how it geared up. So you never heard about ADA until last few days in terms of price action, and this is the point I've been highlighting, that never judge any coin that we have chosen based on 1 day 2 day movement. Give them time. And again, this is a topic which one of the topics that I covered under the Bitcoin session today. This is another topic that this thing is hard. Most of the traders are so sensitive to daily movement. They cannot resist. They just cannot resist, and they react. I think if they can avoid buy sell clicks, then also, frequent buy sell clicks, then also they could save a lot of money. Roughly speaking, I'm saying, even if they decide, if I'm doing 10 trades, I'm going to do 2 trades, even that kind of silly decision could save them. My point is, their trading activity is one of the root causes of their losses. That's my point. So the patience, it's hard to come, and it comes sometimes with some loss, unfortunately, but it can be prevented, right? I'm trying to hammer whenever I get an opportunity, and that would reinforce. And yesterday someone replied me on Twitter and thanking me for, he could keep calm because of my tweet, and able to hold, and now he's happy, that kind of. So yeah, so I thought, I think whenever I say, probably sometimes it's boring for those who understand, but looks like it helps. Yeah, so more patience, more patience. If the trend is good, no worries. If even if you're underwater, if the trend is good, you'll come out. Okay, worry only if there is a threat to the trend, which is not. That's my message, okay, at this moment. Then the second level is about how to maximize profit and all. That's the second. First thing is not to make silly mistake. by jumping around, by switching in and doing in and out. Yeah, I mean, it could be a choice where one portfolio can be kept where, little amount, let's say whatever tiny percentage of amount is for chasing the pump and switching here and there. It can be a strategy. But if somebody is doing with the main portfolio, with bulk of amount money, then that's gambling and huge risk. So little amount keeping aside for chasing the pump for the fast moving coins. And today you see that, let's say one of the coins is pumping and let me buy. If timing is good, then it's all right, that kind of thing. But not every day. I think there has to be a plan for even that. Okay, so EDA, as I said, it's looking amazing now. It is near all-time high, and it could spend some time and look for the new all-time high. As simple as that. Algo, there's no real strength here at this moment. So when I say, so for now, there is no coin at risk, unless I see anyone during this analysis. But they could have, so far this is a weaker coin in a relative term. I mean, relative term compared to other coin. I mean, so Atom is little better, but there's no. But it's something similar to ADA like few days ago. You see, if you hide this, for an example, so Atom is like this. You see on the right hand side. Now, if you look at Atom, this is something. So what you see here is that different coin could be at different stages, right? And there's no real breakout, but there can be. So maybe Atom hasn't broken out on the upside, so maybe it will do in next coming days and make a big candle here. Who knows, right? Band is similar, steady progress, consolidation. It could make a big move. It could make a big move. BNB is silent, but again, it can gear up anytime. And maybe the next week is the week for it, possibly, because this is a point where actually it should shoot up. So maybe yeah, expect a big move from BNB like we saw for ADA. BZRX, I would say the same. It is going through a major resistance at this moment, so that's why a little bit of slowdown, but it has been consistent, and you can expect it to hit resistance pretty soon. Stellar is in good mood today. It has broken above the downtrend line, which we talked in last two sessions and I had highlighted few coins which are of similar nature. I think WRX, this one, and Doge, at least three coins I remember, which were like in a similar kind of a structure. And now you see this is a clear breakout and change of trend, right? This is now here it could spend some time near the interim resistance and then move up. So now the I mean, taking the earlier point as an example here, if you see 13.7 and it is near the interim resistance, it's not a good idea to chase this pump. Eh, because now you see your coin is little bit in red. For example, if your ACP has done amazing job, but not in last few days. But if you then think, oh, let me sell, that means you're selling on a bottom and you're trying to chase ELR, which is near the resistance. That's a mistake in my opinion. Okay, that's a mistake in my opinion. This is not how trade has to happen. So you can, if you are having CELR, you may book a profit. I'm not saying you should, but the point is buying or putting new money here is not a good idea, especially by selling something which is under correction after a move, right? So that's another thing is not to give up on coin when it is under correction, and it's a part of the game. It's a cycle. We also take rest. We need rest for a few hours before and then get fresh and then start. So I think it's our life cycle, right? I mean, say 7 hours or whatever time we take rest, and then rest of the hours we work. um, that's our life cycle. And something, if if anyone understands the life cycle of the wave, then that's an added advantage. So now you see 14% move, you cannot chase it, let it go. Nothing to miss out. There's always something. This, because this coin wasn't there for this kind of opportunity. It there might be some other coin. Look for a coin which is not pumping. People do the opposite thing. They look for the coin which is pumping. I'm not saying you should avoid it. What I'm saying is some, you have to have an alert for any coin that has started. For an example, I highlighted BNB. Just one example. You, this coin, if you enter, then you can have a big move like that up to 500. I'm comparing two coins. So BNB makes more sense than CELR, though CELR is with a 14% gain. You know what I'm saying? That's the point. This is the example. Doge, um, making pro. It's a, you see this downtrend line is broken by this amazing move, and now it is moving sideways like this at this. It could change the gear and change the angle, right? That is something beyond anyone's visibility. At the pace of the coin price at which it moves, it's impossible to guess or analyze. So we can expect it to hit this interim resistance in coming days. It's looking good. TOT is also bouncing well, right? And again, it's entering into major, so it's already into this resistance zone, and then it could go, then the next one is this one. So yeah, EGLD is taking rest over here. Very positive consolidation if you look at it. So again, another example like BNB. I'm not just pointing out specific, I'm just giving some examples. So this is nice looking consolidation. So idea is to buy when there is a likelihood of breakout, not not when not when something is already rallied. So to me, this looks good too, right? That way, positive consolidation. So it could shoot up, and if you have this, then you enjoy it, and then this is the point where I'm expecting it to react. So Ethereum has been consistently good. Today it's down a bit, but nowhere near the risk level. It's also making good progress, approaching the all-time high, looking really good. I took this coin, little silly coin. I usually don't, but I took this one, which is not so bad so far. I mean, this was reintroduced, but I think mentally we have to be ready. This is a crazy coin I chose, and I think one crazy coin is okay out of this big list of active list. So one notorious coin is allowed, I would say. So when you have this coin, be ready with the crazy move. I have no other words to say. The supports and stop loss, they don't care because the movement is such a huge, they can eat up. So there is no right level for it. This is like the only way to handle is to add little more as it makes progress. Anyone who thinks that I'm going to earn a lot, maybe if in longer run, if the trend continues, but this is a roller coaster ride. So if the roller coasters, not all the roller coasters are suitable for everyone, as we know, right? So the I think we have to choose the ride as per our nature. File is not bad, a nice V-shaped recovery. So it's making progress. You can expect it to continue moving on this side and around 90 range. The correction was deeper, but now it's reversing. Also, geometrically, it's making a symmetrical right hand side. You can expect it to hit 90. FTM, there's no real flare major move at this moment. So, but trend is up. GRT also no major move, making progress. Last few days ago there was good big candle for 3 days, but overall it's been silent comparatively. Not like it's not like this. We might see. For now, there's nothing major. HNT has returned back to its all-time high. So it reacted at this level, 21 level. So now it's holding up pretty well, right? So this is all-time high level. You have to consider as a band, not just $1 level, because yeah, and so this is at all-time high level or zone. So you can expect new all-time high anytime soon. I mean, it should make, and it's pretty good actually. This is one of the strongest coins during the recent correction, as I always mention in our calls, and it's pretty consistent with that. Now ICP reacted from R1, which I liked in a way. So don't worry about, because this is a fast moving coin, and I had mentioned that in earlier calls that don't judge ICP by its daily move, because it has a tendency to make a huge move, and this kind of 5-10% is nothing for it. So again, coming back to my point about understanding the coin, understanding how they move, their nature is very important. No, you cannot think from your point of view as a trader. You have to think from a coin's point of view, right? For example, if you are a teacher, in your class there could be students of different nature. So for to be a successful teacher, it's not about you, how you feel. It's about how you have to understand how different students might be feeling and reacting, and understanding their nature, and try to come up with an approach which is suitable for most, if not for everyone. So similarly, think all these kids as your I mean, if you are a trader, then let's say, assume you are a teacher, and then all the kids are like coins, and different students could behave differently, or they have different nature, and then you have to think about them and try to come up with the best approach. So it's like that. So you never think from your point of view, think from a coin point of view. That's my point, right? So when you deal with ICP, you have to think how ICP behaves. It's not about your expectation, it's never about your expectation, because coin doesn't know you. Yeah, Coin doesn't know you, coin doesn't know us, coin doesn't know our expectation, it moves. So it's our job to understand the coin, right? It doesn't care what we think or expect. This is an important point. So as I mentioned about farm, you have to understand how that coin is and mentally be prepared how to tackle it. So maybe it's a strategy, different strategies required. And I have tons of information provided, and I'm here to answer any queries if someone wants to discuss scenario that, hey Mihir, this is the situation, what do you think? And I would love to share my insight that if I'm a trader, how would I handle it and so on. But nobody asked that question, which is good in a way, because then it's impossible to answer everyone. Or a positive way to see is everybody understands, which I think I'm going with that we have approaches documented, and this weekly call reinforces all these best practices so they know. So I'm sure everybody is now aware. Yeah, our final note on ICP. So it's just reaction, as you see. So when you see a reaction from a resistance, you should not worry. In fact, you should be happy, because then you can say, okay, now it is doing as expected, right? From a technical move point of view. Look at IOTA. I see energy here. So today especially, so right now you see the level is higher, so this can be a candidate. So this is a good candidate, right? Because there is a distance and it's in good mood. I'm talking about how you may select coin for a short-term view when you have to, not the CELR, for an example. So now I'm not going after CELR. I'm talking about today and now, because it's approaching the resistance. So this is a volatile coin, but it made a progress. You see, um, it's um, it's consolidating. So I think this is another example. This coin is volatile, at least in recent days or recent weeks, or in fact months. And but it could overall it could make good progress, but this has to be tracked on a higher scale time frame. This is also 3 day is also noisy. Just imagine 3 day is noisy for Kawa. So this requires a even higher scale. Yeah, because when it shoots up, it is going to make a move and touch R6. It could make a crazy move like that, and it won't give you time. So you have a choice: either you get it here. If you get it here, you might end up in a long consolidation like this. Let's say you entered here. So boring, 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 boring. But one fine day, it will just shoot up. And if you're bored and then sell, then again you will say, "Oh, I missed it." No, you not missed it. Actually, you got out early. So people, I hear that many times. I don't people these days I don't hear much, but a few months ago I used to hear a lot that, oh, coin would move only when I exit. Oh, that's a nice way to excuse. It's not like that. It simply mean that you got out earlier. So, but it's a nice excuse that coin moves only when I exit. So it's not to blame oneself for getting out early. It's a very convenient excuse. KCS, it's moving sideways. You can expect one big move and then consolidate near this one, and then make a path on the upside. Looks good to me. Steady progress. This is also doing good. KSM. I think I covered most of the flavors, so you're not going to see different flavor unless I highlight any. So I may not, if I don't spend enough time, it doesn't mean that I'm ignoring that coin or I'm paying less attention. It simply means that I covered the scenario and there is no need to repeat. This is a V-shaped recovery, so you can expect some resistance in this level during, I mean, in this, yeah, 36, 35 kind of for the link, chain link. LTC has geared up, um, right? And it could even, so this is the next level, you know that, looking good. MANA had a nice big move, but then slower. But this is progress. I purposefully took three-day scale because even 1 day scale doesn't tell you doesn't show you the progress. 1 day is even noisy. So just to filter out noise, it is good to track at 3 day, which I find very optimum. Weekly sometime is good for trend, and 3 day is kind of optimum. 1 day is still noisy in my opinion. 1 day is good for Bitcoin, but when you look for alts, especially fast moving alts, 1 day is not good enough. It has to be higher, 3 day or weekly. Matic is looking awesome today. It dip a bit, which is fine, because see, this is a coin you have to mentally be ready with kind of a big move, right? um because this is a fast moving coin in a real sense. I don't want to categorize ultra fast, but you got it what I mean. It could create a huge candle like this, and it has done many times. So this is looking amazing, and this is our second coin for the moon indicator. Exciting. The moon indicator is getting exciting. We got good numbers. Slowly, I think people are trusting and users are joining. Especially the Matic numbers made them, I think, pushing them. I mean, I would say ignited them. I'm sure. They- but even Ethereum number is amazing. Okay, let me not digress. We'll talk about it later. Maker is looking really good, and today it's good, so you can expect it to hit this one, interim resistance and so on, right? Looks good to me. NKN is also looking good. Look at this one. This move was like it just wanted to touch R1 and return back because Mihir said so, kind of, this it just wanted to follow this ritual. This was hilarious when I saw this. It reacted as if it just went there for come finish this job that I'm supposed to touch R1. Anyways, so this is like the trend is good. You see, even if this retraces, anyone who is inexperienced would be under pressure. Those who understand that, okay, this is just a reaction from R1, right? Is it like really going down, like down, down, down? No. So be cool about it, and it will recover, and it is recovering, and it will continue moving up. That's these are I'm trying to give different examples. Again, the main theme is about understanding the game. That's the bottom line. Understanding the game, whether it's about your own nature, is about the coin's nature, or a trend. It's all about understanding the game, and through different examples, I'm just trying to cover the same aspect, because once you nail it, then I think you are going to increase your winning rate. You don't have to know TA, because I'm offering that, and all other aspects. If you master, you will beat the market all the times. OGN, but we got to be like a team, right? um I'm taking care of the TA part. You have to take care of the execution part. Anyway, so OGN, nice like a bowl kind of structure, so you can expect it to hit here, some reaction, and then continue moving on the upside. So nice change in the trend. This is a bottom formation. In fact, you can put everything into one box and say this is overall bottom formation for a, it's like a base, it's like a platform, it's like a launch pad. You may visualize like this and say, you know what, it was in the downtrend. This is Coinbase, so it's just showing this not the complete history, but the point is, you see how it's this banding now, and so you can put everything into one and then say, okay, this is moving up, but the real fun will start when it starts breaking above, you know, when it's break above R2 and so on. So that's how I see. RLC has been pretty consistent. You see how it followed this trajectory, this path. I think I traced this when it was here. It hit this one. This was like too much, but still it was not that bad. And now it is back. So again, an example of patience and understanding. Those who get panic and sell without knowing what is the trend here would lose. Anyone who is able to hold it, that is good. SKL. So SKL didn't do well during this, but now you see it's charged up. And I indicated that it'll break above the resistance. Now you see the evidence now. It's on the edge, but not a problem. It's not like to, it's in good mood. As you see, it's up by 13%. So you can expect a bigger move in coming days. Again, this is an example that sometime the timing you cannot predict. If the correction is deeper from the Bitcoin in recent example, it could derail the schedule. However, it doesn't change the destiny in terms of price level. But yeah, in terms of timing, yes. So be patient and see. I mean, the way I would put is, I cannot say that history will repeat, but this coin has a potential and it could make a move, and in a week or two it can really cover this ground. It can do, because this is also a very fast moving coin, like we saw for Matic and few other coins, NKN and ICP. And SOL has been moving up very like, I like the way it moved up. Look at this consistency. There's no surprises. I don't care about 1% down or 2% here and there. Look at the consistency. Beautiful. SRM is also good. Still, it's near the bottom at the mid level now. Once it is here, then it's we said okay. But now, of course, it's coming out of the resistance. So she's also now approaching this one. Once it breaks above this 15, then I think it will free up. Right now, still it's under huge resistance zone. Right, it has to break above this $15 mark, and then you will see the difference. TEL is spending some time near the breakout level, which is fine. If it could repeat the past, then this is again a coin which you will require to pay attention. Theta is spending some time after breakout, but again for it also it's on move. Uni is has hit this level 30.4. I think this was R9. Blue means R9. Yeah, previous R10, R9. So see how even the previous resistance are playing their roles. See, earlier rejection was from here, then support, then R8. Yeah, this is retest, and then now again R9, spending time. I like it. This is like it's like a programmed, as if it's not random. Or maybe it's like there is a symmetry or a pattern in a randomness. Maybe that's the right way to put. If I say non-random, that means as if it's staged, as if everything is coordinated. That's not the reality, because it's a global market. Nobody knows who is doing what. They are reacting to each other, that's for sure. But it's not just one person doing everything or few person people doing. So there is randomness from that point of view, but in that randomness, or there is pattern. Like in the universe, the events are random, but in that randomness, gravity has a very quantifiable measure, that if you move up by so and so, then you will be able to escape the gravity and so on. So, and also law of physics and so on. So it's interesting. So I see from that point of view that there is randomness in terms of people's activity, buy and sell, but somehow that randomness is explained by some this kind of technical analysis, and somehow it brings that kind of or not a predictability, but I would say at least probabilistically some kind of probable outcome it comes up with. And that's how I see this TA whole entire TA stuff is like that. So it's like actions are random, but the outcome is has a pattern. I think that's the right way to put. VET is going through this cluster, right? Now look at this beautiful chart. VET is like a clean like a whistle. Awesome looking. A good one. VRA is also making progress, looking good. Waves is a really like it's like it's firing up with all cylinders today. 26%. It didn't care about what BTC was doing. It just, and Waves does this. Wave has that tendency, by the way. I noticed that in past also. Sometimes Waves just ignore it. There are very few coins which could do this, and Wave has done it in past quite often. Not many coins are of that nature. WRX is now it's not charged up yet, but very positive so far. There's nothing major moves, but that's all right. Then okay, not bad, steady progress. Zilliqa is now gearing up, looking good. Right, I think that covers all the coins, all the active coins, and yeah, should should be good. Overall market is looking awesome.